we need a new definition of masculinity because the current one we have is like clearly not working. This idea that you need to get jacked and get rich, and that's what it means to be a man, is clearly not working. Why are we still seeing a dating crisis? Why are both men and women heavily unsatisfied with the current dating market? My thoughts are we need a new definition of masculinity. Because, bro, like, think about the boomers. Like, their definition was like, hey, be a man's man, work with your hands, nut up, shut up, show up, provide, protect, provision. Those are all great things, by the way. I'm not saying those are bad things. Those are all fantastic things. But what happens when your dad wants to go get some milk and then he never fucking comes back? That motherfucker's never coming back, bro. Once your dad leaves to go get milk, it's over for you. And this is part of the problem. I know for me, I came from a divorced family. My dad has worked his ass off his entire life. He grew up on a farm. He learned the value of hard work. And it's fantastic. My grandfather maybe even worked harder than my dad. He owned the farm, constantly working. Fucking chicken farm, by the way, dude. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of motherfucking work. But what happened with my grandfather is, gets to the end of his life, he has dementia, and he can't even enjoy all the money that he worked so hard for. So where am I going with this? Well, give me a second, buddy. So I'm going somewhere with this. The point is, the definition that my grandfather and my dad had for masculinity, it worked for them at that time. There was also, during that time, women didn't have as much power or as many rights. Divorce was not as common. Well, we live in a different world nowadays. And I think the modern circumstances cause for a modern redefinition of masculinity simply because the playing field has been evened out now. Right? Women can make their own money. They don't even necessarily need us as men. Like, they can go to a fucking sperm bank, bro, and get pregnant on their own if they want. And I'm not saying this is the cause of men feeling useless, but a lot of dudes, especially young men, feel very, very useless and worthless. You know, schools back in the day used to have woodworking shops. There was things that dudes could do with their hands, right? And I would just click fucking things on a keyboard. What I personally think this modern redefinition of masculinity needs to look like is the fully integrated man. And I've always told my girlfriend this, that I think the ideal man has a big heart and he also has a spine. Because you hear women say, I want a man who's kind. That's fantastic. Right? I think all men should be kind and not fucking be so scary to the point where a woman prefers to be alone in the woods with a bear versus a man. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, yes, we should be kind. But kindness is not enough on its own. See, I've always heard this saying that's always resonated with me. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. What I mean by that is you also need to have a spine. Be able to have some nuts. Stand up for what you actually believe in. At the same time, having a big heart. Okay? Because if you have just heart and no spine, then you're the nice guy, right? You get pushed over, you get pushed around. You don't know how to set boundaries. You can't stand up for yourself, or you can't protect. And you just get bounced around life. On the flip side, if you're a dude with all spine and no heart, you become kind of like a gangster, a thug. Cold-hearted. You don't give a fuck about people. Usually pretty selfish, living for your own. Very kill or be killed mentality. Cold-blooded. You got to have both, dude. You got to have both. And I think for me, what's helped me personally integrate both is I have areas in my life where I'm able to work on opening up my heart and connecting with people in 12-step rooms, in vulnerable conversations. These things help me feel more comfortable being in tune with my emotions and kind of wearing my heart on my sleeve. Now, it doesn't just stop there, because where do I go to actually get my spine? Is I go to a boxing gym twice a week, put my nuts on the line, step in the ring against a guy that's bigger than me and either beat his ass or get my ass beat. And personally, I think all modern men need to have both. This is what's so hard for me, dude, is because I don't want to completely write off the red pill dudes and the fucking alpha male gurus completely. Because there are some good things they say. Like, I do think you should go to the gym. You should take care of your body. Like, you should feel strong in your body. I do think you should be capable of violence, like Jordan Peterson says. But that doesn't mean be a fucking asshole, bro. Like, have you guys ever met, you guys have met these types of dudes where they're just fucking dicks, bro. Like, they have all spine, no heart. And you see a motherfucker like this on the street and you're like, dude, that guy has never been properly punched in the fucking mouth, bro. And he needs it, dude, because he's disrespectful to his mom. He's a fucking asshole around his friends, right? He's super selfish. He's not thinking about his people. There's a certain humility that comes from training a martial art or trying to break a personal record in the gym that humbles a man back down to earth so he can exist amongst people. And when I think about redefining the modern definition of masculinity, it really is having a big heart and also simultaneously having a spine. Because what we're seeing with the red pill shit is a lot of just spine energy, right? We're seeing a lot of like fucking just cold-hearted, like using women as objects, like who gives a fuck about them, keep multiple girls in rotation, just live your best life, make a bunch of money. And we're seeing misogynistic shit with the Tate influence on young men in middle school, like just awful shit. And I'm not personally a Christian, bro, but what's been told to me by my friends who are Christians is that Jesus was a man who was able to stand up for what he believed in simultaneously. So he had a spine, right? But simultaneously, he also had a heart and he could weep. He could cry tears with his people and feel for them. Because if you want to talk about purpose as a fucking man, purpose, in my opinion, it comes from being able to tap into your heart center. You need to be able to feel what the other people on this planet Earth are actually feeling in order to activate your spine energy and stand up and say, hey, I feel what's going on with people on this planet Earth, and I'm going to stand up for what I fucking believe in and not give a fuck what people say if they disagree or agree, because I know that these people are hurting, and I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. That's where fucking purpose comes in, bro. And this is what I feel like we are missing in modern men. And it's everyone wants to point fingers. Oh, it's a lack of, male role models. There's divorce rates are so high and this and this and this. There's a million different reasons why this could be happening. But that's why I always am an advocate for spending some time alone. Ideally in the woods, dude, where there's no fucking digital noise. There's no voices yapping at you and you can just get quiet and tune in to the actual frequency on this planet Earth right now. Because people are lost and fucking confused, bro. And the more you tune in, the more you may start to feel more inclined to actually start standing up for what you truly believe in. This doesn't have to be some altruistic, like, social fucking movement, bro. It could be small shit for your local community. You could start going to a boxing gym and helping some young 12-year-old, 14-year-old kids with the mitts and let them beat you up, bro. I've been beaten up by 12 and 14-year-olds. A lot, dude. There's a lot of ways to find a sense of purpose as a man. It doesn't have to be let me be this huge fucking influencer, altruistic movement, bro. It can be as simple as, my friend needs help moving this weekend. Let me go help him fucking move, dude. Just getting out of your head and getting into the spirit of service. It's going to lead me on a whole nother tangent, bro. Because full circle, the fully integrated man is you have mind, body, and spirit, right? But I think we'll save the spirituality shit for another day. Love you guys. Peace.